This is Chris Kelly with just a quick introduction to our lower abs revealed alignment contest. And if you're taking this, if you're working with us for the first time, I can promise you that this is a type of competition or challenge that you have never done before, and it is the X factor in terms of you getting abs. Now, what we're shooting for in this challenge is the development of a flat stomach and more specifically lower abs. And if we look at these two individuals, I see very well-defined upper abs, but really no lower abs to speak of. And really with most females, there's going to be a reason why. Okay, and if we want to look at some popular examples, so really in order to understand this, I like to use these two pictures of two of my favorite actresses, Megan Fox and Jessica Alba. Both beautiful women, but both people that are stricken with what I call alignment syndrome. All right, because alignment syndrome is something where we see this huge arch in Jessica's back here with her hips tilted backwards. All right, Jessica is in great shape, looks great in bikini, all of those things, but she even has the appearance of kind of a little bit of a gut there. It's not because she is, has a lot of weight to lose or is of a very high body fat, just because her back is physically arching and causing her to have the appearance of a gut. Okay, and it's the same, sort of the same idea with Megan there. Very thin, but as you can see, it's almost like her rib cage is protruding because of this huge arch in her back. And this is a posture that we see in, I would say, 90% of the females that I train. All right, and the goal is to flatten out the back and work on the muscles that influence these things, so we can get everything flattened out, so the exercises that we use can do their job. And what I can promise you is that if we can get everything nice and flat and get out of this posture, you're going to immediately have the appearance of much more of a flat stomach. So if we look at a couple of reasons why this happened, heels, I would say, would be the chief culprit. They shift us forward onto our toes, they cause our pelvis to tilt backwards, and they create this sort of artificial arch in our back. So this is the posture that if you're wearing heels every day that you're going to naturally assume, just because it's an acquired thing. It's just what we're used to. By the same token, sitting at a computer all day, even if we try to get out of this slouch posture by forcing ourselves upright. If you look at the lady in the middle there, causes the same position. Okay, so thinking about these positions throughout the day and doing the opposite, maybe wearing flats or maybe working on just a relaxed sitting posture, are two things that are going to be important and things to think about outside of the exercise that we're doing. So we have the orientations of what we're looking for here. The good posture on the left here is what we want. Everything is nice and stacked up. This guy looks like he has a flat stomach, but if we move to this anterior pelvic tilt, which we see with most people, this is what most people are in. All right, and this guy has an extreme case of what I call man belly here, because we go from a guy that has a fairly flat stomach, his chest is out, somebody who has a big belly, just due to the fact that his back is arched. All right, so if we can get you in better alignment, you're going to look much better in clothes. You're going to feel better, and again, the exercises that we use are going to. So that brings me to the lowdown. Okay, what I'm looking for. Number one, I'm looking for selfies from the front and the side. All right, we definitely want to focus on that side view, because the side view is going to give us a good idea of what your back looks like and the changes that we make on a monthly base from day 1 to day 30. The other thing that I want you to do is post a short update in our forum 3 days a week. All right, the selfies should be posted on day 1 and day 30, but updates just consist of doing my exercises, did this today, did that today. I just want to know that you're doing it, and if you have questions for me, I want you to post in there. All right, post your thoughts, post changes that you see. If you sit up during, or if you stand up and you're doing some exercises at work as well, that's fantastic. But the key is that you stay engaged with this, so we know that you're doing that. From a training perspective, I want you performing our special warm-up before all of our circuits, and then trying to perform it at night as well. The more you can do our dynamic warm-up routine, the more we're going to work on that posture and release those muscles to get you back into the proper alignment, all right, and looking good. All right, that's the bottom line. As far as the exercises go, pretty simple routines this month. All I want you to think about doing is moving slowly and tightening your butt and abs. All right, that's really what it comes down to. A big bonus for me as well is that you practice breathing throughout the day, because that's going to help the diaphragm to get in better position, and just from a physiological perspective is going to assist in all of these things. These are the type of pictures that I'm looking for here. Arms up from the side, arms down from the side, and from the front. With that said, allow me to welcome you to our competition. Hopefully you don't end up like this guy, but I have to admit that's a pretty sweet chain. So post any questions that you have for me, and I look forward to your success.